It's been getting really dry, and it's the middle of June, so I've had to go to the pond and carry buckets of water out here. And the purple sweet potatoes this row is really looking really good because my girlfriend pulled all the weeds out of it for me. Really did a good job. I mean, she really worked hard on it. Really starting to grow too, because it finally got hot. We had a cold spring. Just a couple weeks ago, the nights were in the low 40s. As soon as it finally warmed up, the watermelons took off, and the sweet potatoes took off, and the purple hull peas finally took off, and the tomatoes, everything. I learned a lesson this year because of the cold spring. Never plant watermelons seeds until the ground is in the 70s. If it's not getting up in the 80s during the day, don't even bother planting, because the watermelons are just gonna rot in the ground. The seeds aren't even gonna sprout. And I planted them so early. I planted a lot of watermelon seeds, and all I have are about 5 watermelon plants. So I had to replant. And these little circles are a seed of watermelon, another seed. And these are black diamonds. And this is a loofah. I'm going to try growing loofah gourds this year. I've never done it before. They're also known as loofah sponges. And they too love the warm weather. You can sure see that. Tomorrow, I'm going to dig up these potatoes because they are 100% through growing, and they are shriveling up, and they are ready to pick. And see, you have some nice stiff stems, but the leaves are dying. There are potatoes under this. Lots of them. I don't know what I'm going to do to store these potatoes. I'm going to have to do that though. Figure out a way to store them. Sweet potatoes are very easy to store. They'll store anywhere in the house as long as it's above freezing. They get really hard and solid. They're very long lasting. But potatoes rot very easily and start growing very easily. So I'm just going to have to eat an awful lot of potatoes. That's no problem. That's what I'll do. Well, the flea beetle problem wasn't so bad this year. The spinosad really works. Now you see I've got an eggplant already blooming, another eggplant, and the spinosad has done its job. Got a bunch of carbachi peppers starting to come on these, bunch of blue jalapeno peppers. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. Got some honeydew melons. I just saved the seeds from a really tasty honeydew melon that my girlfriend liked, and I'm going to see how that works from just this really good honeydew melon. Now it might have been a hybrid, but not Luther Burbank, Alan Kapuler, he does a lot of work on untangling hybrids. So maybe I will untangle a hybrid, if it is a hybrid, and see if possibly it starts breeding true to type. We'll see what goes on. I was unable to get any good germination because of the very cold spring. But things worked out. They really did, because we're going to have a good sweet potato crop apparently. They really look thick and healthy this year. And I've already got the potatoes. All I got to do is bring them in. They're in the ground and they're ready. I just wonder how many I'm going to get out of this. I eat a lot of red potatoes. The reason I don't bother weeding these anymore is because I want these weeds. They're going to make the soil rich. They're a green manure crop. I'm just going to turn over the ground, pick up the potatoes, and replant watermelons in their place. Now that the weather's really warm, it'd be great for watermelons. I'd think that I could get one big row of watermelons right in the middle of that. There'll be enough room so that the sweet potatoes and watermelons can intermingle. One row of black diamond watermelons. And the reason I have to stick with the same variety is because I'm planning to save seeds. That's what I always do. And I can't cross them up. Cannot cross them up. So when I save seeds from these corbachis, I'm going to save the seeds on this end from these corbachis, and those blue jalapenos, I will take the seeds from the other end down there. That way there's not so much cross-pollination, if at any, this far away. Peppers don't cross-pollinate very close. I mean very far away. They got to be pretty close to pollinate. So this ought to work out great. Anyway, I love the blue jalapeno peppers. Another gift my girlfriend bought me that I didn't ask for, and I was surprised to get them because I didn't know there were such things. And I can't get them at the store. That's pretty awesome. The malanga, which I just transplanted a week or two ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, has really taken off, as you can see. Even though we haven't had any rain, I've been watering them. They've really taken off. They're really doing well. They'll be a good malanga crop, as long as the pond doesn't dry up, because I gotta water everything. But we're supposed to get some rain maybe within the week, or next week. So, might be alright. We'll just see how it works. We'll just have to wait and see. We sure have some nice looking tomatoes coming on. They're doing well this year. And this dwarf ever-bearing mulberry, here it is the middle of June, it's still making mulberries. And they are delish. Yes, I copied that word from a famous chef. Anyway, they're delish. Now this is weird. I'm wondering if this wasn't a grafted one. I bought this one from Lowe's. It said dwarf ever-bearing mulberry, but you see it was supposed to be black mulberry. It has little tiny leaves. Now down below, at soil level, I'm getting nice healthy leaves all the way around. But up above, I've got some really tiny little unhealthy leaves. I wonder what that's got to do with. Could it have been a graft? Because this is exactly what a graft would do. Top starts weakening out, and then the rootstock starts growing intensely. And I could break off those suckers, as they call them, because they're coming from the rootstock and they're sucking the life out of the top. But I want to see what kind of a tree this rootstock makes, because it's not a mulberry that I've got around here, and it sure looks like the same mulberry, only healthier. You know what they probably did was they got some herbicide on it accidentally, because I noticed that our Lowe's was spraying some herbicide down the rows out there in the garden center. And I did get this mulberry on sale. Possibly they sprayed it. A little drift causes a lot of trouble with herbicides, and it's permanent. These herbicides are permanent. The damage they do is always in it. So, and it causes cancer, so I just really hate it. I wish it was banned, all herbicides that are non-biodegradable. Let's just go ahead and talk later. Lucas, come here, puppy. Get off the garden now. Let's go.